connected. Yeah. All right. Welcome back, guys, to Souls of Stormspire. Last time, you guys fought off the Yuan-ti dancers in the first room with good skill, and you were careful not to activate the pulses of necrotic energy coming from the blood channels too much. After the battle, you guys proceeded down to the hatchery, where a broodguard was tending to some of the eggs and didn't notice you guys at first. Nyssara snuck up on them and then stepped in the veiny blood, which triggered the broodguard to attack. But the battle was easy enough. It was just one broodguard fighting you guys, and you guys were able to destroy the broodguard and also destroy the eggs Zelthara pointed out as the bad eggs, basically. Zasha, you first went melee with the eggs and realized, oh no, they explode. So then you guys, I think, took them out the rest of the time at a distance. And Zelthara collected the normal eggs. You guys then continued down a winding hallway where you had heard footsteps. Specifically Zasha, I think, heard the footsteps first. And you guys entered a long hall filled with strange statues that are all carved on with new snake sigils and such, as well as these strange carvings in the floor throughout the hall. As you guys moved forward, Zelthara went to one of the first doors on the right, and it opened to reveal some Yuan-ti children that she told, hey, go play hide and seek until the adults are done, slaughtering everybody. Kids went to go hide, and you guys proceeded on. Zelthara pointed out that there was kind of a room for excrement, she said, and then another room for worship. And then she pointed out that there was a room behind some rubble that was very odd and strange. And so as you guys proceeded forward, Lucian begins to notice the opening in the wall that leads to this odd room, as Lythra accidentally steps on a magic circle and triggers a little poison smoke trap. Luckily, that noise did not bring any unwanted guests to you. And Lucian, you inspected the small hole in the wall around all this rubble, trying to figure out if you could maybe move something to try and get a better opening. And you accidentally stumbled in, landing safely, but on the other side of the rubble, into this strange hall, which has a very pristine marble floor. And that is where we are starting today's... Pristine. And we're actually going to start today's session with 3 people rolling on the rewards table. So, my headset is losing battery. Hold on. Ho, ho, ho. I need Lythra, Lucian, and Zasha to all roll me D100s.
Oh, shit.
And no, this reward does not magically appear in your pocket. It will be hidden somewhere amongst the dungeon for you to find.
Is it... I always suck with the remembering. Is it / roll?
/ roll.
It's the one that's next to, it's the one with the question mark.
Okay, cool.
It's always the one with the question
mark.
Very interesting.
I think you need to do D100.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, that did not do
Oh,
what I
just-
wanted it to do.
Stick roll.
I thought you just rolled 100.
No,
Oh
she
my
did.
god, what is
Oh my
happening?
God.
My fucking...
No, you rolled
you
100.
manifested it.
What the fuck?
What? Holy shit. Okay.
That's
she actually just
unreal.
rolled 100.
That's
She just
Please tell
manifested
me
it
you're
the one
recording,
before.
Ash.
Oh my god.
hilarious.
I panicked thinking I did it wrong again.
It is A-okay.
Oh, that's
That was
so
a funny
funny.
ass first roll.
Chetney died.
Hey, look, it's the roll we didn't expect to happen often.
Yeah, whoops.
I mean, the rules are established. Let's go.
You gained divine intervention.
Zasha, I need you to roll me a d20.
Okay.
I swear to God, if you roll a 20... Jesus!
Not more.
Alright, that's cool.
Alright, hold on.
Oh no.
Oh lord. Starting off strong, making the DM panic.
Hey, it's good for you.
It's fine.
Hopefully.
It's fine. Everything's...
Oh,
Oh.
wait, who's it good for?
Oh.
Good for you. It's good for you. It's not good for Ashley.
Oh, fuck.
Like all her attack rolls get plus 18.
Anyways, you roll an 18. That is fantastic.
Congratulations.
I am now level 18.
You'll find out what happens later. Alright.
Sounds good.
So we start with Lucian. You land on the other side of the rubble. You are in a... Hold on, let me just roll down a little bit. You are in a pretty cold hallway. The air seems stale, and it doesn't seem to really mix with the hot, humid, sulfury, and irony smell of the air outside of the hall. All that smell seems to stop as you have entered into this hallway. And you see the hall going down as far as your eyes can see, and probably a little bit past that. What do you and the rest of your group do? Let me open up. Da 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 da.
I was gonna say, I can't see the map.
I can't see shit.
I guess just to confirm, I can see, like, the room I was in, right?
You can see the room you were in, yes.
Okay, then we'll be fine.
And you can see a couple feet into the hall that you're now in. Let's see here. One thing you do notice when you fall into this hall is there are no carvings on the walls or floors like you have seen throughout the rest of this temple. It looks like the Yuan-ti really haven't touched this hall yet. And why is it taking so long to load? I preloaded this scene too.
Look at 99%.
There we go.
Oh, 100?
Sorry, I stole the 100.
Yay.
Apparently. Alright. So, what are you all doing? Starting, I guess, from the outside in Amrafel, Lythra, what are you two doing?
Freshly poisoned.
Well, I was totally on my way to investigate the door, and I'm just gonna stop and turn and look at Lucian.
You
on the other side of the
see,
wall.
you see kind of like the top of his head on the other side of the wall.
God damn it.
Oh. Well, let's rescue our boy.
I mean, I'll be fine. I can get out.
I mean,
maybe we should check
do we
it
care
out.
what's back there?
I think given the circumstance, we should see if it's relevant. Yes.
I mean, if the Yuan-ti avoid it, it could be helpful for us.
Or it could be dangerous.
It could just be dangerous. But fuck it,
Both.
let's go.
We
Let's
can
go.
always turn around. Yeah. Time's a
We have
waste.
time, right?
We're gonna get through. I would say we don't have a ton of time. There's a unconscious body barring the door that we came from, so we're on a bit of a limit here, folks.
Fair, fair.
Well, at least they won't chase us down this way, hopefully.
We'll see. Any DM, any check to get over this statue situation?
So you can either roll me an acrobatics check to kind of squeeze your way through the tight opening that Lucian was able to stumble through, or you can roll me a strength check to kind of try and move the rubble out of the way to make it easier for everybody to pass through.
Oh, Mama Lythra,
I mean, I could
can move some of that shit out of the
Probably
way.
help on the other end, too.
Oh, you can also make me an arcana check, if you'd like.
Was it athletics you said I could do to try to just move some of this shit out?
Strength check, or I guess it would be athletics to move shit out of the way. Acrobatics to just squeeze yourself through, or arcana to like see if anything else is
Do
going
something
on.
else.
Yeah, do something else.
If Lucian helps from the other side, like he said, can we do a little advantage action maybe?
Yeah, but only one of you can roll. So who's rolling?
What's your?
Aren't you poisoned?
I'm immune. I just got hurt.
Oh yeah, you're immune. Mine's +8.
Let's go with you. I will grant you the advantage, King. I'm 7.
All right.
Sheesh.
Let's see, 26. Yeah. With a 26, Lucian, are you pushing or pulling the stone?
Probably
Which might be
kind of like
smarter.
a combination of like get some push to the side if it's like not gonna just deck Amraphel, maybe push it off to like the left.
All right, so you're pushing it out of the hallway.
Yes.
All right. You and Lythra, with your combined efforts, managed to open up a big enough gap for you guys to all comfortably move your way in and out of. Farron might have a little bit of a hard time moving in and out of that spot, but the rest of you guys... Let me open up the wall a little bit more. The rest of you guys should be able to move through this gap right here.
Well, don't worry. Guess what I'm gonna do? Zoop into the shadow. I squiggle through, and then off he goes back in.
Zoop into the
Just give
shadow.
us space.
Pretend he just came back out. Okay, yeah, so I'll just resummon him.
Oh, sorry, I deleted him. Zelthara just kind of pokes her head in to see what you guys are doing and says,
Oh,
I will stay out here.
We're being
Anything?
chased.
No.
I don't.
Well, we have to go back this way anyways
Yes.
to go to the ritual.
I will keep, how you say, guard of you guys. But please be quick.
We'll be fast. I mean, but if anything happens, I don't want you getting hurt. Come run to us, okay?
Okay.
Promise?
Yes, I promise.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
so I had the Echo in front as a meat shield.
As a meat
In
shield.
case something happens, it happens to that and not one of us.
All right.
I love that personally.
Can your echo see?
That's a great question. Probably not till next level.
All right. So you're just... you're just basically putting it out as far as
Basically,
you as a person
I'm
can
gonna-
see.
It's basically I'm moving with it. It's just 30 feet in front of me.
All right. You guys are free to move. If you'd like, you can roll me perception checks or investigation checks, depending on what you're looking for as you go down this hallway. Like I said, the floors and the walls are very pristine, not covered in dust, and the air is very cold and stale. Jesus Christ, your rolls are great.
God damn.
Oh my god. Yeah, so you guys, actually, Zasha and Lucian, you notice that there seems to be kind of a draft, kind of pushing you guys slightly. I mean, not like with force, but you can feel the wind pushing against you, as if the air is just trying to coax you out of the hall. But yeah, currently, as you round the corner, nothing really pops out to you. You don't notice any weird, divots in the floor or holes in the wall that could be like, something that pops out. Nothing like that as you're walking forward. I'm just gonna do that. So this hallway ends up becoming a little bit windy as you turn your first corner to come up to another corner, to come up to very quickly another corner. But there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to the twists and turns. Are you moving, Farron? Are you guys... what are you guys doing as you walk down these halls? Are you guys being careful? Looking for things?
Quiet.
I'd be checking the walls, like floor,
Walls or floor?
like just scanning for anything that sticks out as
Alright.
maybe a trap, maybe something just of note.
I mean, with a 24, you notice that the hallway is just moving in a very odd pattern. But it doesn't seem to be like you don't see anything that goes, trap. Oh no.
I was gonna say, is this little thing anything, or is it just a weird like alcove?
Zasha, are you just moving in and out of the little alcove?
I'm looking at the alcove.
Yeah, I'm gonna let your perception checks kind of carry for a little bit of this. As you look in this alcove, Zasha, you see kind of a hook on the wall at the very end, which looks like something was hanging from, like, on the wall of this alcove, but it's no longer there. And instead, what did you roll? A 21? In the corner of the alcove, the teeny little corner, you see a single needle. And it is in pristine condition, like a sewing needle.
Oh dear.
Magic
Do I sense anything from the needle? Like,
Roll me an Arcana check.
detect magic?
um,
The word 100 on it. You're right.
I'm gonna guidance myself on this.
I now see what you guys were thinking of when I said there's a
Magic heroin.
I said sewing needle.
It's called spice, thank you.
With a 19,
No, that's space heroin.
Jesus Christ. With a 19, you don't really, get any energy coming off of the needle itself, but you think about the surroundings you're in, you think about the humid air that it was in most of this temple, but it's not in this part of the temple. But you'd think that over time that this needle would probably rust, but it's not.
Fair. I pick the needle up.
You have a pristine sewing needle.
Whenever she picks something up, I'm just gonna drop a first level spell slot and cast detect magic.
Oh Jesus, what's the radius on that again?
This big.
Aura, 30-foot aura.
Have so much aura.
This makes it a little bit easier to walk with it because it stays on for 10 minutes, right? All right. With your detect magic on, you feel faint divination aura just in the walls.
I'll like look left and look right and then whisper, "It's in the goddamn walls."
What is?
Something magic, I don't know.
Do we feel the wind coming from any particular direction?
It is flowing from, like, south of you.
Okay.
That doesn't seem to... You haven't, like, gotten to the source of it yet.
Okay. Zasha, can she just, like, push into the wall where she's standing? She just wants to see if the walls are fake.
Alright, you do a little wall push-up, and the walls are sturdy as obsidian rock.
Sounds good.
Alright. Nyssara, I see you creeping ahead there.
Yeah. Was there anything left in this alcove?
Roll me a perception check. We are in the second half of the hallway.
Nope. Same roll.
You do not see anything inside this little alcove.
Yep.
Zasha.
I go up behind Nyssara and just, like, look over her shoulder.
Zasha, surprisingly, you see what looks like an outline in the very bottom left corner of this little alcove in the wall. And it seems as if the rock can be moved.
I'm gonna touch it.
You touch it and it wiggles a little bit.
I'm gonna move it.
Alright.
I'm gonna push it.
I'll push him.
You push it and you hear kind of a jingle.
Where does the jingle come from?
From inside, behind the rock that you pushed.
I'm gonna reach my hand in.
Alright.
Silent Hill 2 action.
You reach your hand in, and you feel a cold, soft, round object. And as you're feeling about, you feel more soft, round objects. And you realize they're all kind of chained together. And as you pull out the item in this hole in the wall, you pull out what looks like a necklace of prayer beads.
Ooh.
Indeed.
Nice.
Ooh.
Do they have any sort of insignia on them?
There's no insignia on them. However, they are a sky blue color.
Oh.
Hey.
Cool.
And Amberfell, the magic detection pings like crazy as you go near Zasha.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing, I guess. Is that what was in the walls, or is there something else?
No, there's still divination magic around you. This one is actually just enchantment.
Well, there's still magic in the walls, but that is too.
Okay. I guess I'll put it in my pocket for now.
Sick.
Let's keep going.
All right, on the way.
All right. You guys finally make it to the end of this long, very weirdly angled hallway. And you see two doors. You see one door to your left and one door to your right.
I guess, can I do a perception check to see which door looks more used?
Yes, you may.
Guidance.
All right.
Ooh,
With
yeah.
a 29,
Jesus.
each door looks pristine and untouched.
Oh shit.
Magic.
Really blew that 29.
I am so sorry.
Don't you know the rules? We always go for the left one first.
My left or your left?
Yeah, which left are we talking here?
The left one.
Left the player left or left the viewer left?
The left one.
Oh god. Sasha's gonna get frustrated and just open this door that she's close to.
The door that you're close to is ching locked.
The left one. No.
If
Yeah,
Amberfell
fuck
says the
them.
left one, I am having the echo slap him upside the head.
Right when Zasha does that, Lythra's gonna try the right door.
That one is also locked.
Oh no. Whatever.
He's gonna
shall
look
we
over
do?
my shoulder at Nyssara, yeah.
Sorry.
I'm looking around the room. Any buttons? Any? Are there any keyholes where I can, put
No.
the
I
needle
didn't
in?
check for traps first.
All right,
Well-
Nyssara, you managed to unlock this door,
Oh, hallelujah.
and as you open it,
Uh-oh.
you hear a click. And I need you only
Fuck.
to
I knew it.
to make me a dexterity saving throw as a trapped like cannon spits out fire towards you.
Woo!
With a
21.
with a 21, you manage to get out unscathed and shut that door really quickly.
Oh. That's trapped.
I see that.
Let's see. How do we disarm traps again? Is that sleight of hand or thieves tools?
That is sleight of hand or thieves tools. You just didn't say that you were checking for traps.
Yeah, I know. Oh wait, that's for disarming. I have to find the actual trap first, right? I would like to disarm it now, but
I mean, you've seen the trap. You've probably opened it and saw like where the little latch was, so you could probably use some thieves' tools to undo that trap.
17.
you hear another click, and the of fire that you're hearing slows down to a halt.
Okay, got it. Wow.
As that happened, by
it.
the way, DM, right when the flame flailed, Lythra quickly trotted over to Farron, just put her hand on him and said, "All right, good boy, come here," and resummoned him into her shadow because she's nervous about that.
Okay. I
Alright,
will
well,
poof him away.
Poof.
I will check this one for traps.
All right, roll me a
Alright.
perception check as you investigate her tops. Hey, that doesn't look trapped one bit. It's a pristine, beautiful door.
Alright, then we unlocked.
Hold on, let me just... yeah. Door unlocks. And as you open the door,
Yep.
you see a very
Oh.
narrow hallway leading further down.
Alright, I take a step back, bow for Lucian.
There was nothing else in this room besides the fire, right?
Does not look like it.
No. None that... oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, none that you can see.
Can Zasha go in and look?
Zasha, you already got your item. No, I'm kidding. Yes, you can go in and check. If you
Okay.
want to investigate the room, you can.
Yeah.
Zasha shares.
Investigate?
Depends. Are you, like, investigating to see, like, maybe, like, the history of, like, who would play such a trap? Or are you just looking around for hidden secrets?
Oh, hidden secrets. I'm not.
That's a
I
perception
don't need to know the
check.
why.
Jesus Christ. With a 27, despite fire spitting out of this, like, cannon that's in the wall, you rub your finger around the rim, and there's no soot or any sort of, markings that would indicate, fire was just there.
Interesting.
But otherwise, you don't notice anything remarkable.
I relay that to the rest of the group. I'm like, alright, let's go.
Alright, you guys continue down the hallway with Shadow Lucian as your bodyguard?
Yep.
Alright. You guys continue down this pristine hallway. Do any of
winding
you
has made
look
this-
for traps?
Yes?
Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes open.
Zasha, your check can stay. Nyssara, please roll me more perception checks.
Nope.
Nyssara, you're not doing well with perception.
Not in perception.
Everything else has been fine,
Uh-huh.
but the
I-
perception has been...
You know, all of these Yuan-ti temples look the same.
Yikes.
God damn. Hold on.
Nyssara.
As the Yuan-ti.
Yes.
Do you say that out loud?
No.
Okay. Deleting.
Guys, she's Yuan-ti. She can say it.
I can't say it.
Alright. You guys don't sense any traps around you as you continue down, and there's another wind to this hallway. Will it ever end?
Apparently not.
The winding is making this extremely difficult.
I'm so sorry. Alright, you start getting to a part of the hallway where it starts to open up, and you see a tapestry. Wait, hold on, I don't want you guys to go too far. You guys see like tapestry of just a red curtain just in front of you, And the hallway seems to branch off to the left and to the right. And I unpause so you guys can move again.
So,
Look at the
so
tapestry.
anything special about this?
What's behind the red curtain? Zasha's gonna look.
Alright, Zasha just immediately throws open the red curtain, pokes her head up behind it. It's a wall.
Damn.
There's a wall behind that curtain. But you see, as you are rounding the corner, that there are other red curtains further into the room. And as you guys... Oh, would anyone else like to, inspect the red curtain? Sorry, I heard someone say something about that.
Oh no, if it was like a tapestry, I wanted to see just look at what was on it. But if it's just a red curtain, no, I don't really care.
That specifically, just a red curtain.
Okay.
No magic?
It's just that divination magic. Hold on, I need to look up schools of magic again.
Okay, this way or this way?
Which way would you like to go?
Let's go up.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys... enter into a circular stone chamber. Not super circular, because I only have edges, but circular stone chamber. That is lit faintly by the pulsing glow of some lanterns that are scattered throughout the chamber. You see above you red threads just interweaving amongst themselves in farther than your hands can reach. It's very high up. And you see a statue of a woman holding out what seems to be a offering tray of sorts. And in the center of this room, I just realized I put walls there. And they were not supposed to be actual walls. Fuck. Give me a second while I delete this. Can I, highlight all of the walls all at once, please? Thank you. There we go.
Thank you. I see so much more now.
In the center of the room, you see a faintly glowing opal gem suspended just above an ornate altar. And unlike the rest of the temple, similarly to the hallways, the air is very cold and kind of pure. There's no sulfur of the hot springs. There's no iron of all the blood that's been spilling in the other rooms. It is untouched by the Yuan-ti's corruption. And as you take steps closer to the center of the room, you notice some red threads occasionally pulsing with light and shooting across, hitting other threads and causing kind of a chain reaction. But they're just fleeting glances of light. What do you guys do? Also, Amraphel, as you get closer, once the gem gets into your zone, you will get a sense of strong divination magic, and you see the water around this altar is has little waves going out as if the wind is kind of coming from this center.
Okay. Well, it's definitely the center of everything. I'm getting a lot of magic.
Does it look like the thing from my dreams?
It does.
Yeah, that's. Hey, well, this is how they were following us, apparently, somehow.
Oh,
Sorry, the evil versions of us.
Also,
okay. So
This
do
is
we need?
related to
Lythra, you kind of recognize this too, because it has a very similar description as to what the Shadow Man was telling you about.
Oh. Oh shit. Oh fuck, wait, I have to go look. What did he tell me to do with the temple? Do you remember? Lythra remembers, but I'm a dumb boy. I need to look at
Do
the
you think
active.
would Lythra remember?
Yes, she definitely would.
All right, I'll trust you on this. Are you sure?
She really cares about this.
Okay. The Shadow Man had asked you. I don't have the page up on my screen right now, but the gist of it is he asked of you two things. One, to retrieve an opal magic item from the temple. And two, to find him and, like, convince his other self, like, hey, you're actually a demigod, like, you need to help us, blah, blah, blah. But the first one's the more important one.
I knew that one. Yeah. So I knew the second one. So an opal item. Alright, so she's gonna have that moment of realization and start like looking around. And she's even gonna say, like, hey, Ref, I'm gonna stick with you. We need to find an opal item of magic of some kind. So whatever you see, that's one of the things I need to help the Shadow Man.
but
You mean
not
the
big
opal in the
Yeah,
center
the
of
giant.
the room?
Yeah, the giant.
The
opal
giant
thing.
ass opal.
The opal is actually, like, the little rainbow thing. 'Cause light is, like, bouncing off of it and causing, like, a little rainbow effect.
It's still like the size of our heads, though.
Listen.
It's all perspective.
It's all perspective, buddy. I don't
that's
know
a
the
canon
proportions.
for moment,
But it is floating in the air, lightly spinning, and the light is bouncing off of the opal just slightly. But Nyssara, you recognize it, and Lythra, you also recognize the fact that it's opal. Might be what the Shadow Man asked for, might not be.
Yep, she immediately realizes how obvious it was and just kind of looks down her feet for a second. Okay, so slowly turn to everybody else. How do we feel about me taking that? Because I have to take that. But I don't want to have a boulder situation or some sort of explosive temple meltdown.
Okay, is there anything going on with this statue other than what you described it as?
From where you
Like,
are? Nah, there's nothing going on.
Alright, I'm gonna sit down for a minute and just study everything around me.
Zasha is gonna be running around with her perception skills, staring at everything.
Alright. So we have Amraphel studying the things around him. Zasha is running around perceiving. Lucian, you're inspecting the statue. Lythra, are you going towards the opal, or are you discussing it with the group still? And Nyssara, what are you doing?
General looking around. Perception.
Alright.
See if I can get a good roll.
Lythra?
Lythra doesn't want to, like, act too quickly. Also, is, like, the opal just at an easily snatchable height, or is it, like, way up in the air or something?
You'd have to, like, reach above your head, but it is easily snatchable.
Okay. she's just gonna kind of conspicuously hang out while they do that. She doesn't want to act too quickly and potentially cause a reaction, but I'm gonna wait for Raph to make some sort of determination
All right.
before I do anything rash.
All right. So, kind of going in a circle. Lucian, you're inspecting the statue.
Yeah.
Are you? Yeah. Roll me an investigation check as you inspect the statue.
Not good at those.
It is a statue of a robed woman, and you can see that the cape of this robe is billowing down kind of past her feet, and like is pooled in a pile behind her, stone-wise. It's a very intricate carving. The woman is staring out straight at the opal, and her hand is outright. She's also holding in her other hand a, what is it? Like a large cylindrical, like, it kind of looks like a spike in a way.
Is that what this?
That is.
Is that what this is, or is that?
Offering circle, and then this hand is like kind of a I can't make the statues, but in that hand it kind of looks like a spike that you would either like shove in the ground or like some sort of elongated cylinder with a point at the end. While you stew on that, Zasha, roll me a perception check. And is there anything in particular you are looking at or trying to?
I'm definitely looking at the statue and around the opal.
All right. Right. With a 19, you see kind of the same things that Lucian is seeing. There isn't anything kind of off about the statue. It's just staring at the center of the room. But as you get towards the opal, and you're standing around this circle of water, and Amorphil, you would start to notice this too. Small bubbles occasionally pop up randomly throughout the water. And the bubbles kind of sit for a hot minute at the surface before popping away. And every time a pop happens, you see light shoot out on one of the strings above you.
Huh.
What the
And Nyssara, you rolled a 12 for perception.
Yeah.
You know what? Where are you looking? I'll give you.
I was thinking like up in the rafters, just, keeping an eye out around.
That is the perfect answer.
Awesome.
As you look up, you're studying the rafters and these strings that are weaving together more than anyone else in this room. And although you think, I haven't been really good at seeing today, maybe I need to eat more carrots or whatever, you're staring up and you notice some of the shots of light are different colors than red. You occasionally see a burst of blue light, a burst of green, and a burst of pink. And occasionally you see bursts of silver, although they are very fleeting. But you see these different colors bursting around, and at one point you see a burst of silver at the very top of the rafters. And when that burst of silver happens, the red thread splits in two and just dangles. And that's what you see.
Okay.
During colors.
But there's no monsters up there or anything, if that's what you're worried
That's
about.
good. It's, yeah. I'm just. So.
Interesting.
All this is probably related to our. And I pull at the red thread on my wrist to our. The threads situation.
Amrafel, you are studying the area around you, specifically this middle altar. That's where you're sitting.
Yes.
This is what you're looking at. What in particular are you trying to glean? Are you trying to glean magical items around, or not items, but like a magical aura? Are you trying to glean the history, maybe, or the religious significance of such an opal? What are you trying to figure out?
I'm trying to understand what what it's doing, what the magic is doing, and how it's all. What the
All right.
magic do.
I need you
Yep.
to roll me.
Yep.
I need you to roll me an intelligence saving throw. Saving throw. As you are trying to comprehend all of the madness that is around you.
I think I have a +10 to that motherfucker.
Glad I sat next to you.
What about sitting next to him?
Oh, he got my bonus.
Oh, yeah. All right, with the 17, you sense a lot of divination magic coming from the center, and you've read a lot of books about, different dungeons, maybe even Anansi has gone into or has studied, and about different traps, puzzles, and other magical phenomena. And while you can't really figure out what's going on with all of the threads around you, you do have a feeling that the divination magic coming from this altar is similar to some of the other things you've read in books, which is there is a test involved in reaching this altar.
A what? A test?
A test.
Yeah, you cut out again. Same exact.
A test. Cutie,
There
are
you
you
go.
chewing on my wires? Get away from my wires, you little shit. What are you doing? Get over here. Oh, my little fat girl. Come here. Come here. You're snuggled in mama. All right. Yes, a test. Oh, she's purring.
A good baby.
So everything's connected. The bubbles are connected to the screens, and there's a test if you want to make it to the middle.
And that's where the opal is.
Yeah, that's where the opal is.
Some kind of multiverse
Okay.
travel enabling.
I'll look at
Opal.
Lythra and say, yeah, it's going to be hard if you want to get to the middle.
I want to get to the middle. To test, do I just step in?
I would assume you just step in. Hold on 1 second. I'll flip through a couple of my pages.
Arafel,
Yep,
you would
Yes?
know that there are two types of tests that
Hmm.
Anansi has discovered when it comes to magical artifacts. One of them is usually always a single person is only allowed to do this test. And the other one is if someone enters the test and there are others around them, the others will suffer if they do not go into the test.
It could force us all in.
Well, I don't want to force you guys to do anything, but
Well,
do you?
these things are tricky.
Well, it seems like it's important that you get this, and also if Nyssara is saying that the alternates are coming to get us using this, then we can't just leave this here.
Yeah, you
So-
guys kind of seem important.
So let's just all go into the water, and if it tells us just one person enters, then that Lythra, if you feel comfortable being that one person, that's totally cool. But otherwise, I mean, we're a party, right? Y'all are my
Yeah.
friends.
Alright.
I have friends that are actual
Friends.
humanoid individuals.
Those
No,
other ones
I'm a
are good
snake in a
too.
trench coat.
Yes, you do.
Me too.
Oh shit.
All right. Do you all enter the pool?
Should Lythra like step in just first? I don't know. Is it
Yeah.
gonna like boot? Would it boot everyone if it's only one person?
Yeah,
Um,
let's everyone get ready, but I'll take the first step.
All right, Lythra, you take the first step into the pool, and you see a section of the room, of the room's threads light up. But nothing happens.
Okay.
Alright. Zasha's gonna hop in.
Yep, get on in, y'all.
Very well.
Nyssara, do you hop in the water?
Yep.
Do you look in the water first?
Yeah. Sure.
Don't look.
It's just water. You can hop in.
Okay,
I'm
good.
sorry. All
That's
right.
on alternate Nyssara's face.
She's just like, "Hello, it's me." No, you guys all step in the water, and all of these threads of light light up. And Lucian, as all these threads of light up, your echo disappears.
I was gonna have it despawn anyways, so
Well, that's great.
that's good. That's fine.
That's fantastic.
Can't fire me, I quit.
Also, as you are in this water, more threads start to appear and weave around the other threads, lowering themselves to surround you all. And I can't really do this on a map, but you feel yourselves be pushed back kind of to the outward side of this circle.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun. And like the water flows out and fills up that circle. And more red threads surround you. And in each of your heads, you hear, choose a fate. Trial of skill or trial of will.
Oh goodness.
Is it each individual or?
Each individual.
Ugh. Okay.
Hmm.
I'll take skill.
Okay. Lythra, what do you take?
Oh,
Skill or will?
Ah, fuck it. Will seems like it might be more interesting.
All right. Amberfell, skill or will?
It has to be Will.
Zasha.
I think Will.
All right. Then Lucian?
Well,
Jesus Christ.
I'm born to sorrow.
Bye, Nyssara.
Bye.
All right, we'll start with Will, since that's 4 out of 5 of you. You guys, as these strings are starting to pop up, a red string pierces each one of your chests. And you feel a tug on your soul. I need you all to make me wisdom saving throws
Oh, that's not what I was
to
hoping
shake
that would
off
be.
the divine influence of the strings.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pick Will.
Yeah, I
Glad you're
didn't know if
cool.
this was a more metaphorical sort
I
of
was
deal.
hoping it would be Khan.
I know, guys. I
Wait, that was an
know.
ability check. Don't pay attention to that one.
Don't pay attention to
Yeah, that's way fucking better.
that? Alright. Um. What's this? What's success?
No, a mean DM would say just add 6 to your previous.
Alright. Amorphel, Zasha, and Lythra. You all feel the slight tug of the string, and it pulls you back into the pool of water, or back into the inner pool of water. And you feel the hold release. Lucian, you start to feel a numbness fill your body. And you take 10 psychic damage as the world around you transforms into that dream you saw before of Stormspire, the war, and Amorphel decimating the land and raising everyone else up from the dead. And you are stunned for a round, which is like very quickly, but you're stunned. And Nyssara, you have the skill trial.
Uh-huh.
You must, and you're gonna love this one, you must navigate the web of threads that are around you to reach the opal. And you need to avoid them with an acrobatics check.
Well, better than my wisdom save. Yep.
Um...
5.
da, 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 da.
That's a fail.
As you start to weave through the strings, you hit one, and you hit another, and you hit a third, and you start to realize that these strings, as you touch them, are wrapping around you almost instinctively. And before you can even get to the edge of this pool, you are completely entrapped in this string. And you take 12 force damage from the. They're basically. Have you ever had the slap bracelets?
Yeah.
These strings are slap braceleting you like crazy every time you hit them. And you are currently restrained, but with some work and some help of friends, you can get free. And as you all complete your trials, and my god, y'all are lucky motherfuckers.
Oh.
The strings that had lowered themselves begin to rise once more, and there is a calm in the room. And you guys are free to move. You have solved my trial puzzle.
Well,
Huh.
I
Yeah.
don't understand what we did, but
Wild.
Well, Lythra's gonna go right up and gently, stand on her tippy toes and take the opal out of the air.
All right. You grab the opal, And as you do, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Alright, I did good before. Oof, 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 I'm so wise.
With a 24, you don't feel any effects on your mind, but you feel the opal getting warmer in your hand, as if it's trying to burn you.
I'm gonna try to just like lock in and go force of will with this thing. I know I need it, so I'm gonna hold on and I don't know, try to like almost spiritually. I know this thing's related to my faith here, so I'm gonna try to like I don't know, think about my oath to the Shadow Man and think about vengeance. Almost just try to outburn it.
All right. While you do that, Nyssara, you broke free from the strings. What do you do during this time?
Right now I go beg Zasha for healing.
All right.
Zasha, help. Ow.
As you beg Zasha for healing, and you have line of sight of Lythra. Lucian, you also have line of sight of Lythra. You see her starting to focus on this opal. And you see the waters around you turn a shadowy black.
Uh-oh.
And you see tendril hands come out of the water, latch onto Lythra and the opal, and tug her inside.
Oh, fuck.
What do you
Does Zasha have a moment to react to grab the opal as well?
From where you are, you guys are too far away to, like, grab the opal, but you can go after her. Potentially.
I'm going in.
Alright, Zasha goes in.
I'm gonna assume I turn around when I hear a splash.
You hear a loud splash, and then a second loud splash.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there rubbing my forehead for a second before and jumping in.
I'm gonna run
Alright.
up and dive into the water.
You dive into the water. Lucian, do you dive into the water?
With a very annoyed sigh and an I didn't even want to be here.
Alright.
The resounding cry of friendship from all my friends is just, oh, this shit again.
As you enter the black hole, you find yourself falling. Continuously downward in the black abyss, the air around you begins to lighten slightly in hues of orange and red, as a smoggy sky is revealed in your surroundings. A dry landscape, obscured by the smog, greets you as you plummet through the sky. You only get fleeting glimpses of each other as you all fall, as if you are flickering in and out of the same reality. And you hear whirring mechanical noises right below you. I need you all to make me dexterity saving throws.
I would say for this, should any of them be considered as near me? Because I know we're kind of outside of the field of the game right now.
Consider yourselves all standing in the same space, so yes.
So, what's that?
Yeah, everyone besides Zasha should manually give themselves +3.
Or you can just move closer on this map. I don't have any visuals for this stuff.
Did you say we're falling?
You are falling.
Yeah.
Quickly or slowly?
Terminal velocity.
I'm gonna cast
Quickly.
Featherfall.
All right.
I am gonna use the inspiration I have to reroll that because there's no fucking way that's gonna be enough.
All right.
Perfect.
This is actually so funny.
I get to die here.
This is actually so funny. Lucian, you see your friends falling to the ground. Amraphel, a little bit slower than the others. And you see them all land on this mechanical thing. But before you can figure out what that mechanical thing is, your face into the ground plummets. And your world goes black for a hot second. For the rest of you, you end up landing on the back of a mechanical vehicle run without horses. You see sitting in front of you is an old man driving this mechanical vehicle, dressed in tattered clothing and sporting an eye patch. He revs the vehicle and pats the head of a small being with a large helmet sitting in front of him. And he ends up turning, surprised at the sight of you. He quickly throws his hand back into his pocket, pulls out a pistol, and hands it to you. And you see a single red thread flicking from his wrist. And then you hear him. "If you want to live, shoot!" And behind you, with revs of more engines, you see multiple vehicles gaining traction through the smog. And at the head of the vehicles, you spot a very familiar face. You see alternate Lucian leading an army of mechanically enhanced soldiers. And you see him point his shotgun at you while the driver advances. What do you do?
So anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my own gun.
You want to use his gun?
No, I'm gonna use my gun.
All right.
Oh, I'm
use
taking
his
his gun.
All right. The rest of you.
Fuck that guy.
All right. So Lythra shoots.
Can I cast?
Yep.
I want to cast Erupting Earth behind us.
Okay. And Nyssara, do you shoot?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take his gun.
3 of you shooting. If you're taking his gun, just roll me a d20, and I'll add manually.
Okay.
And if you have your own gun, just shoot your own gun with erupting
I don't
earth.
have my own gun.
What is erupting earth?
Ah!
I don't know how to use this fucking thing. This is canonical. She's like, yeah, let's go.
Miss it just immediately
Ricochets over
jams.
my shoulder. Yep.
All right. With erupting earth, so you're trying to make a difficult terrain behind you.
Yep.
You're focusing.
DC 14.
You're
Dexterity.
Are you focusing more on the, like slowing them down or injuring them?
Probably both. Is that a?
No, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just want to
I-
know what your intentions are.
Yeah. No. I mean, ideally, like, it creates difficult terrain for them, but it also damages them.
All right, dexterity saving throw. All right. So, Lythra and Nyssara, you grab the gun from him. And as you grab the gun from him, I need you both to make me perception checks as you're getting closer to this man. Right. Nyssara, you see a kind of a badge of sorts on his shoulder as he hands you this gun. Lythra, you don't see anything. And as you both whip around with this gun, ready to shoot, you overthrow yourself, and you throw yourself off the vehicle, and you too land with a thud and experience brief darkness.
Yeah.
Amraphel, you are able to shoot off your blood lightning bullet, and you see it ricochet off of alternate Lucian's vehicle before hitting a soldier to the left, just clear in the face. Zasha, your erupting earth hits a couple of the other soldiers around and knocks their vehicles out of the way, also throws some soldiers off of their vehicles. But you see alternate Lucian almost without any effort take command of his vehicle and launch himself in the air and land past the erupting earth. And he is still on your tail.
But he takes damage.
Yes, but he takes damage.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
He has been points, so he could die.
Don't worry about that. And as you see Lucian land, Nyssara and Zasha, you both feel the vehicle under you kind of flicker away, and you too fall into the earth. For all of you, you end up hitting the ground with what feels like enough force to shatter bones, Lucian in particular. Yet despite the pain, you remain unharmed. You sit up from the wet dirt, half expecting to be run over by alternate Lucian, but are surprised by the sudden change in surroundings. You are in a cold, foggy forest. The air is damp and musty, and the smell of the earth is almost enough to cover up the very familiar smell of iron in the air. You hear a rustling in some nearby bushes, and you see first a tuft of red hair, and then you see an Eladrin woman phase out of a tree. She is older, but reminds you a lot of Zasha, those of you that are not Zasha. Zasha, you recognize this face to be the face of your aunt. And you see her look at you with, all of you, with relief in her eyes. And she goes to grab the hands of you guys. Whether or not you pull away is all up to you. But you see a single red string swirling briefly around her hands as she moves forward. And she says, "You need to be quiet. She's coming."
I step back and don't let her touch you.
If I see Zasha move, I will follow Zasha. Yeah.
All right. You all move back, and you hear twigs snap. Not under your own feet, but towards the left. And you see alternate Zasha hanging in a tree nearby. You see additional limbs from her waist holding her up as she draws a bow. And although this woman looks, or the Eladrin woman looks kind of disappointed that you leaned back, she doesn't let it bother her as she gestures to you and says, "Come into the trees." And she runs back into the trees. What do you do?
I follow her. Between the two choices there, yeah, kind of a gimme.
All right. Lythra follows. Lucian, what do you do?
Follow.
Zasha? This is a hard one.
I think Zasha just panics and can't.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, she can't choose one way or the other.
That's okay. Amrafel, do you follow or do you stay with Zasha?
Well, I'm gonna stay with Zasha. That's an easy.
All right. And Nyssara, what do you do?
I'm curious. I follow.
All right. Amrafel and Zasha, you guys, yeah, you guys, see the arrow launch out from alternate Zasha as you see your friends phase into the trees. But before the arrow can hit you, you feel yourselves falling once more through the ground, and your vision goes black momentarily. The rest of you, as you phase into the trees, the arrow in which alternate Zasha launched lodges into the tree, and you feel yourself being expelled from the hit. And fly into some nearby bushes. And I need you guys to make me Constitution saving throws.
That sucks.
And that was the group who went away.
That was the group that went away. So Lucian, Lythra, Nyssara.
God's sakes.
Sheesh.
All right. This is pretty funny. Lucian, you fail, and you hit the ground with a thud as your vision goes dark once more. Nyssara and Lythra, you guys are able to stick the landing, but as you open your eyes, the terrain changes. And Nyssara and Lythra, you are the only ones who make it to this area. The rest of you make it to the second area I'm going to talk about. So Nyssara and Lythra, as you hit the ground and open your eyes, you open your eyes quickly to the touch of a cool wet cloth on your head. As you landed, you kind of landed prone. And as you sit up from your prone position, you see a white dragonborn in commoner's robes, tending to a small scratch that is by Nyssara's ear. He smiles at you all, or you both, and whispers, "You're lucky I found you. There were rumors that she was back, but you'll be safe in the village if you cause no ruckus." And you hear a large crash from outside of this building that you find yourself in. And you see the Dragonborn kind of reach out to Nyssara and kind of shush her, going, "Don't go outside." And Lythra, this is a very familiar man. Although he is skinnier, less scarred, and has a kind smile on his face rather than the sadistic one that you remember from your past.
Cool.
And as he grabs Nyssara's shoulder, you see a single red string floating lazily into the air from his wrist.
Can I see his other wrist?
Yeah. There's nothing on his other wrist. Do you stay inside with the man, or do you go investigate the noise?
Oh God, I'm so curious. But listening to people seems to be advancing, so I will stay inside.
All right.
I'm not leaving Nyssara alone with him, so Lythra is going to be just like staring cold, frozen at him, but also confused.
All right. Lythra, as you stare very confused at this white dragonborn, you and Nyssara, and Lythra, you might hear this a little less because you're trying to focus so hard on what you're seeing in front of you, but you hear a cackling laugh from outside the building, and it's very familiar in the sense that it sounds like it's coming from your voice, Lythra.
Mm-hmm. I bet it is.
And as you're staring at the dragonborn, you and Nyssara, your eyes start to become blurred. And Lythra, the last thing you see before your vision gets dark is this white dragonborn turning to you with a look of worry on his face. And he goes, "Young one, are you okay?" And your vision goes black. You then all awaken together. There's no more glitches in what you're seeing in front of you. You are all physically there. Maybe physically, but visually there together. And a strange sight overtakes you as you hear a young woman whisper, "Finally." You all sit up from where you are. Or you all see in front of you. Sorry, I was reading the wrong paragraph. Sitting in a floating jail cell of red string is a woman. Her long silver hair reaches out through the prison and out into the strange void that surrounds you currently. She is covered in bandages and burn marks, and her eyes are covered with a bloody cloth. She holds 2 glowing orbs in her hands, 1 blue and 1 gold. And she smiles at you all and says, "Are you going to save them?"
Oh. Oh, no.
I will save who I can.
Save who?
She tilts her head and says, "The real ones. The ones who hurt you were brought here by me. I am sorry."
Wait.
Oh, we're the backups? Oh, wonderful.
No, I think I know what you mean.
You're telling me
Lady.
that she was replaced.
You see her nod her head. "You have a choice," she says. Save the real ones of the ones that burned your past, and weaken your foe, or seal off their means of escape, and take your chances with the full power of your adversaries. And as she says both choices, she holds out one orb or the other.
Did you say that you brought them here?
I brought them here on accident. I am sorry.
How?
Why?
How?
What made it an accident? What were you trying to do?
I was trying to live.
Fair enough.
And you see her put one hand behind her back, and she pulls out a set of silver scissors, very ornate. And you see her reach up to one of the red strings that binds her and snip it. And as she snips it, you see different colored strings take the place of that string and shoot out into the void.
At what cost? How many people had to die for you to survive?
Without my survival, you wouldn't have a choice.
Okay.
Who tried to kill you?
Then my choice is to
Okay.
save her. She's all that I have left anyways.
It's the only choice. He didn't do anything wrong. This... I mean, there's really nothing the alternate would hate more than me saving his true self. So, this is a fucking lot to handle, but I mean, there's no other choice. Yeah.
You see her smile slightly and says, Papa will know where to find them.
Papa?
Lucian, you're being awfully quiet. So are you,
I mean,
Annabelle.
It doesn't help that the context of saving them, Lucian didn't see his thing, so he has no
Yup.
what the fuck's going on.
Oh no, I totally know. It's a...
So realistically, the save option seems like an easy choice for him.
Yeah, it's a little tragically funny, but we'll see how this turns out.
Wait, wait, Lucian just fell straight past the cart at the beginning?
Lucian failed the save and fell right past the cart in the beginning.
Oh, fuck, that's too funny. Okay.
I don't think Hammerfell doesn't feel like he's advised him. But like,
Yeah, no.
Oh, your threats already.
Do you have anything to say?
Not really.
Anything to ask?
Not really.
What does the silver thread mean? Does it mean anything in particular?
No, I guess that's a good question.
You see her reach up to her hair, and she pulls at it. And Amraphel, you feel a tug on your wrist. And she says, "They're not supposed to be here."
Oh, you know, that actually makes more sense.
What? That... When you say not supposed to be here, you mean supposed to be dead, or?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Hmm. That
I already
sucks.
died way back.
True.
What?
At some point.
It's a little important.
No, I'm here.
Yeah, you are here, and that's what matters.
Wait.
I'm gonna turn to the goddess where we're talking around and say, is anything gonna happen to him?
That depends on what you choose.
Well, which one?
And you see her smile go very wide. And all of your visions go black. And you all wake up in the pool of water.
I don't know. I feel weird about all that.
Yeah.
I need you all to make me perception checks as you guys wake up in this pool of water. Which is back to blue,
Sure.
by the way.
Good thought.
Alright, let's see if I can roll. Nope. Still can't roll above a
Shit.
10 perception.
Zasha, Nyssara, Lucian, and Amraphel. Everyone but Lythra.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
You see, as you lay in this water looking up, written in the red string, you always have a third choice. And that's where we're going to end this session. Thank you, guys.
Here he is.